Hello everyone and welcome to the Narcan Network. I'm Dean, the host of the Narcan Network and also the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 222 on the network. And the title of episode 222 is I Caught My Narcissist, Will They Stop? Now, this is an interesting question to ask, and the reason I'm doing this particular episode is this is a question I've seen come up a couple of times on other channels, and I've seen a few different narcissistic experts talk about this. So I just decided to talk about this briefly on my particular channel and to present one or two of my own particular insights into this and or experiences. So there was a person I saw on social media the other day who was talking about the fact that they caught their narcissist in a bad position. They caught them being engaged with somebody else, and they had proof of this, so they called them out, and the narcissist, of course, did all the things that narcissists generally do, which is try to save their ass and lie this way and that way and do whatever. And in the end, this person was able to find out the information that they had known was accurate and correct. So, of course, they called their narcissist out. Their narcissist bobbed and weaved around this, and eventually they realized they were caught, I guess, and admitted to what they were doing. And then what proceeded after that, from what I understand, is a whole rigmarole with the, oh, you know, I'm sorry I did this, I don't know, things weren't going well with you and I, or whatever their excuses were, because they have a myriad of excuses as to what's going on. So, you know, I went off and cheated with somebody else, or whatever the hell the excuses of this particular nature. So what this person was wondering is that now is their narcissist has been apprehended doing this behavior. Sorry, excuse me. Are they going to reform? No, I don't think they're going to reform. And I could show you 50 other narcissistic experts are going to tell you they probably don't think that they're going to reform either. Why is this? Because narcissists don't really do this. This person was caught, or I should say this narcissist was caught. What this narcissist is going to do now, male or female, is that they're going to figure a way how they have to hide whatever they have going on even better from this person who has discovered them, because now they are a target. They are going to be observed very carefully. So if this person stays engaged with this narcissist now, this narcissist is gotta watch their P's and Q's very carefully, because their victim is going to watch them very carefully to see what it is they're doing. So if they intend to continue to carry on their narcissistic behavior, which it's 99% sure that they will, they are going to have to find better ways to hide what they're doing. And this is an example that I have experience in as well too. An individual I was involved with from 2011 to 2016, I had an incident with them about 2 years or so into my relationship with them, where I don't even remember what wasn't going well exactly in their particular eyes. I don't know what the heck that was, but I ended up breaking up with this person during that span of time. Now, when I broke up with this person, I did become aware that there was another individual around that they were dealing with during our separation. There's no problem with that. I've got no issue with this particular thing, because during the time that I was away from this person, there was also somebody who I was previously dating before this person who came back around and expressed an interest in retaking up with me where that we had left off. And I had for a little while there entertained the idea of doing that with this individual, but I ended up getting back with this individual that I had separated from after about 4 months or so. I can't tell you the exact amount of time, but let's say it's 4 months. Now, during that 4 months of time that me and this individual were apart, I was aware that there was another individual around. This was an individual that they themselves were involved with sometime before. And this, as it turned out, as it turns out in the end of the story, is actually the individual I caught them engaging with after that person and I got back together in a relationship, which then occurred for about another 2.5 years, until in December of 2016 they had a conversation with me where they basically told me that we were done or whatever. When that occurred, it was no surprise to me. I was already aware that my individual was engaging with somebody else in secrecy. I had text message evidence of this. I had other evidence that I watched and gathered carefully on them, including things that they were doing. And this was no particular surprise to me, but at that point, again, I wasn't studying narcissism the same way I am now at that point. I just figured this person was just a cheater type, and this is what they were doing. And because they had engaged with this person before, earlier on in my relationship, in fact, I think they were involved with this person the entire time that I was in my relationship with them in secrecy. So they just again, after my initial breakup with them the first time, we got back together. That time continued. We had conversations about them not continuing to propagate the behavior that they were doing, and of course that behavior continued. Why did it continue? Because they have NPD issues. They're a diagnosed bipolar person. They have NPD issues that are associated within the confines of their bipolar diagnosis, as we've talked about before. BPD and NPD are often linked together. More than most of the time they're linked together. So they were engaging with another individual when I was engaging only with them solely at that point. And I became aware of this, and then, of course, in 2016, we split up, and that was the end of that. But that's the example right there. Did they stop? Did that individual stop what they were doing when we had our initial first breakup, when I became aware that something might be going on in the thingy? Did they stop their behavior? No, they didn't stop their behavior. Why didn't they stop their behavior? Because they have some NPD issues, and this is the reality of the situation. Narcissists won't generally stop what they're doing. They will usually continue what they're doing. Anytime I have the beauty of being able to observe some of my narcissists on the internet and to actually watch them and monitor some of their behavior with other individuals that they are involved with or doing things with. Of course, I can't go into the details of how I know these things because I just can't. But I am aware of these things, and I'm aware of what is going on. And sometimes I can even see in just general cyberspace their behavior with some of the individuals that they're actively engaging with. And I can just see their behavior on social media. Up till recently, this person I was just talking about, I was friends with on Facebook. Up until about maybe, I don't know, 7 months ago or 8 months ago. I can't remember when I removed them from Facebook. But I could see their page, and I could see the other romantic individuals that they were interested in on their page, and I knew who they were kind of engaging with because they were still having dialogue with me of some particular nature. But I'm also able to see in cyberspace what's going on with these individuals. So did my narcissists stop what they were doing behavior-wise? No, I don't believe that they have, and I don't believe that any of them have. And I have evidence to prove my points in this particular way. I'm just not in a necessity of having to prove this in any particular point to anybody, but I don't feel like, I think my narcissists largely feel that they pulled the wool over my eyes in some particular instance, but this is not the case at all. The difference is I'm just allowing them to go do whatever it is they do, and I'm observing them because this is what I do. It's part of my learning phase about narcissism and what I present to you guys on this channel. So, does the narcissist stop what they're doing when they get caught? Most of the time, 99% of the time, no. They just learn to hide it better. They go into hiding, they reform for a little while, they talk to people around them, they sweet talk to people around them into being convinced that, oh, this behavior won't continue, I'm going to fix this behavior, I'm going to reform it or whatever, like this. That's all a crock of shit. 99% of it is all a crock of shit. They're just going to go back to what they're doing in a different way that they can get away with, that people aren't going to particularly see, or particularly, you know, take note of, because they're not seeing the or they feel they're not seeing the behavior, they're not being watched. But if you're highly intelligent and you watch your narcissist, pay very close attention to them. It's very easy to see what they're up to. I mean, even when I was observing my narcissist, I could see what they were up to, even in instances when they were lying to me about particular things. My narcissist would explain to me that they were going out with their girlfriends on a particular evening or whatever to go do whatever. I don't think that that's what they were doing. Initially I did, when I was being stupid about the situation, but as I got wiser, I realized that that was just a pile of shit that they were telling me, and they were going out and involving themselves with this other person, because of course, as I've said before, I have some actual evidence of this. So I know, I'm aware of this, but, you know, is the narcissist going to change, you know, after they do this, after they get caught? No. Only less than 1% of narcissists reform themselves after they get caught, or reform themselves voluntarily out of the way that they are. Less than 1%. Think about that. That means that the vast majority of narcissists are just continuing their behavior that they do, and lying about it, lying to the people that are around them, lying to everyone, and lying to themselves about what they are quite often. And this is the reality of narcissism, and the narcissist itself, this is just part of their behavior. So this is what I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about on this particular topic in this episode. Again, please stay tuned. I got lots of content coming up on the Narkin Network, and some stuff coming up on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel soon. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon.